Before I get into Dolly Varden and the opportunity that we have specifically in the Golden Triangle and our quest for 100 million ounces of high-grade pure silver, I just want to take a moment just to welcome the audience. We've got the MIF audience. I'm sure this video will be shared throughout the precious metals investing universe. And I just wanted to give all the audience and the viewers just a little bit of background on why I'm here. And what's drawn me to Dolly Varden and what's drawn me to push forward with this opportunity. I've been working in the mining space for the last 17 years. I've lived through a bull market in the 2000s. I helped build a company from inception to $1.5 billion market cap. I work with a team that have worked for some of the largest precious metals companies in the world, have sold small companies like Dolly to larger entities. And all of my experience and all of my knowledge and all of my studying of history and previous markets have brought me to this opportunity. There's a few differentiators that we have. This is an excellent field of companies, and there's different approaches investors can take, whether it's a basket, an ETF, physical silver. But I'll just highlight a few of the differentiators that I think that make this particular company and this presentation unique. We trade on the TSX. We also trade on the OTC. I will be making some forward-looking statements. And just starting with the past, the property's got a rich history. It's produced over 20 million ounces of high-grade silver, predominantly from the TORBRIT mine, which produced 18 million ounces at an average grade of almost 500 grams per ton. Now, this is a pure silver grade, and just to note that production ceased in 1959 when the silver price was 85 cents an ounce. So much of the deposit was left intact. There was a modern resource estimate that was published in 2019. So we've got a high degree of confidence. Not only do we have over 44 million ounces at roughly 300 grams per ton, but the bulk of these ounces are in the indicated category. This is a wide system, as you'll see as I go through my presentation, amenable potentially to bulk mining methods. And this is a 100% silver system. We're not reporting any silver equivalents here. And we are located in BC's Golden Triangle. In terms of our capital structure, we've been endorsed by some renowned investors, including Eric Sprott, including a producer in Hecla, and we've got some great institutional shareholders, including Delbrook, Crescat, US Global, English and Snyder, Sprott, and many others. So if you look at Eric's ownership, Hecla's ownership, and the institutional ownership, including management, about 85% of the stock is held in very good hands. I'm happy to report that we've got a very healthy treasury. We've got over $22 million in the bank. We have no debt, and we've got very, very good liquidity. So we've got roughly a $100 million market cap today, making us open to all institutions all over the world. And so great structure as demonstrated there. In terms of location, on the right-hand side of the screen, we're looking at BC's Golden Triangle. The triangle's been, it's been a flurry of activity recently, with Newmont recently acquiring GT Gold for almost $500 million. We've seen Yamana come into Ascot's private placement, and as Ascot is resurrecting the Premier mine. But this is really a story of resurrecting past treasures in the Golden Triangle. I'm trying to take a page out of Skeena's model at SK Creek as I reawaken the Dolly Varden silver mine. Skeena has grown from about a $30 million company to almost a $900 million company in the last couple of seasons. And Dolly Varden is part of the way through that journey. So looking on to the left-hand side of the page, to zero in on the area, one of the big hallmarks here is that we're sandwiched in between one of our largest shareholder, Hecla's holdings, and Fury Gold Mines holdings. So our 44 million ounces are adjacent to Fury's 1 million ounces of gold and 20 million ounces of silver. So what this really is this is a district. It's a district that is part of a larger system that has hosted some of the largest gold and silver deposits in the world. Just looking at Eskay Creek alone, 200 million ounces of over 2,000 gram per ton silver has come out of Eskay Creek. So these are the richest silver and gold mines on the planet. We've got a BC government here that has brought in the infrastructure. We have a First Nations group here in the Nisga'a that is open for business. 30% of our workforce at Dolly is from Nisga'a Nation. We're part of the BC Regional Mining Alliance, and a group that includes Skeena, Ascot. It did include GT Gold until they were acquired by Newmont. But the idea behind the group is to promote that BC is open for business. So together with our government partners and our Indigenous partners, we're actively letting investors know all over the world that this is an area that is open for business. It's open for growth. It's open for exploration. This slide here highlights the tremendous infrastructure. Often the north is thought of as an area that's isolated, that lacks infrastructure. As you can see here, we can tap into the BC hydropower grid. We've got roads to the property. We've got water access at Alice Arm. And unlike some of the northern projects that have tough topography, we're a lower lying property where most of the endowment is in the valley. Again, why Dolly Varden? This is the vehicle for silver investors. Silver was up 44% last year. Our stock did what good silver stocks should do. We were up over 300%. So we are outperforming silver as we should. We're in a safe jurisdiction. We've got a high grade system, good management, high institutional ownership. Not only do we have the cornerstone foundational resource that's got grade, but we've also got a big silver trend that's open for exploration and new discoveries. And we also have the capital to unlock those discoveries and the technical team that knows the nuances of these particular rocks, that have made discoveries in the triangle, that have worked on most of the big triangle projects and have sold companies in the Golden Triangle. Whether it's Anglo, Coeur, Hecla, whether it's selling companies to Kinross, we've got a team from management to directors to advisors. We've got a good mix of youth, energy, experience, and the biographies are available at our website for more information. This is the resource. As I said, bulk of it is in the indicated category, and just at the bottom there, we talk about the high silver recoveries in the high 80 percentile. This is a snapshot of where most of the silver ounces are held. This is the TORBRIT mine. If you can see in light pink, that is the mined out area. In the dark red, that is the resource intact. And as it illustrates in this image, it's a wide ore body. And we've put out some drill results in 2020 and in previous years that demonstrate that the strong thicknesses and the potential for bulk mining methods. These are some of the highlights from the 2020 drill program. We're highlight hole here, 300 grams of silver over 45 meters. So some of the resource was relying on 1960s drilling that we've since realized have understated both the thickness and the grade. And then we stepped out from TORBRIT and hit 12 meters of over 350 grams of silver, including some high grade, better than kilo grades over multi-meters. The big feature at TORBRIT, in addition to the 18 million ounces that were produced and what's intact today, we've got a plus 50 million ounce single ore body. And our goal, seeing as though only 3% of the property has been explored, is to find another TORBRIT. As you can see here, we've got some strong potassium alteration. And as you see TORBRIT sitting along that big pink image here, there's a tremendous trend that goes on for about 4.5 kilometers, including Wolf, which is part of the resource, and the Chance discovery. So tremendous exploration potential up the valley. And here's another look at the exploration potential at both TORBRIT and WOLF. And should note here that our focus for 2021 in phase 1 is to spend 50% of our focus around TORBRIT, expanding it, extending it, growing TORBRIT, and the other 50% going up the valley looking for the next TORBRIT. So we've got some very, very exciting exploration targets that we will be drilling into as indicated here. I did touch on our strong relations with the First Nations. You know, as more and more institutional investors stress the importance of ESG and you know, social license is everything. And we have that license with our First Nations partners and with our local governments. You know, the message from governments, as long as we respect water and we respect Indigenous partners, we will get the green lights, we will get the permits, and we will be able to move this project ahead. Again, and this is critical. We're not showing you base metals in silver equivalents. This is pure silver numbers. We are not showing you big disseminated low-grade numbers. We've got high cutoffs. We've got a high-grade system. We're located in Canada. We're located in BC's Golden Triangle. There's a tremendous amount of exploration potential on the property. We're nicely leveraged the silver price. We've got a healthy treasury, and you know, we've signed dozens of confidentiality agreements over the last 12 months. We are open to moving the company ahead, whether we are predator or prey. You know, we're looking for synergies. You know, and I'll just reemphasize that, you know, the majors have not focused on exploration and development. Dolly Varden is an excellent company, an excellent project that would fit nicely as a pipeline development pipeline project. We've got a ton of exploration potential, and with spot silver and with our resource and with the wide nature of the ore body, we are happy to move it forward ourselves. I welcome any investors, sophisticated resource investors, new investors to the space. I've got a real passion for the industry and for this project. So please reach out to me. All my contact information is there.